It just takes that one win to turn things around. We just have to we have to get back our confidence back, go on the stage and show what we can do, because we've seen we can do it. We can destroy teams. I see it every day when we play.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 2. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied once again by Immi, the head coach of Cloud9, who are coming off about 2-0 loss to Sentinels in their Super Week. So, Immi, thank you so much for taking the time, despite the loss, really appreciate it. And of course, starting off with that, losing to Sentinels in that kind of fashion, just asking, how are you feeling first and foremost?
No, I'm good. I'm not feeling great at all, but there's not many positives to even take out of this game. Like, against G2, there was a lot of positives. I think we played really well. I think we should have won the game. This game, I don't think we were even close to winning it. I think we got outclassed.
Yeah, for sure. Then I'm gonna have to give you the obvious follow-up. I mean, biggest issues that affected the team in the series overall, because of course, it just kind of felt like the team wasn't able to play well wire to wire. So, biggest issues from your point of view?
Well, I think like in the G2 game, we played really well as a team on defense, and we made sure we were taking peaks together. And then in this game, it felt like everything we'd worked on went out the window. We were taking solo peaks. We were trying to fight, and against a team like Sentinels, who got a lot of discipline, I don't think we can just take solo fights. We're not going to win them. Like last season, we were taking solo fights versus, no disrespect to them, but the likes of MIBR and teams like that who were giving us the fights. And if anyone gives us the fights, like, we will probably win them. And then as soon as we came up against 100 Thieves, G2, Sentinels, who know how big our firepower is, they don't give us those fights. And then we're like trying to force the solo fight. So it's not very good. And then if you break it down, we got ecoed on Haven, which was really bad. That should have never happened. We should have retook very slowly. And then we also lost the attack pistol, and we got bonused on the attack side. But yeah, split could have been, I think we could have got 8 or 9 rounds on the defense. A few hiccups, but again, the attack side's just not good enough. We won 3 out of 4 pistols, and we got dominated today.
Yeah, I want to touch upon just Haven, just the fact that I believe first time you guys went for that map and you selected it and you had your composition ready, but obviously it didn't go the way that you guys had hoped, resulting in a loss. So sort of walk me through what was it that felt you that made you want to go for Haven on that time against Sentinels, and what you kind of went wrong in that map.
We were between 3 maps that we were considering picking. I'm not going to say which ones, but as a team, we decided Haven was the best route to go down. It'd been a very good, strong map for us in practice. I think we just didn't really get to play the game on Haven, if I'm honest. Like, because we got ecoed in the fashion we did, it then led to us having an eco. Then when the next round we're against Killjoy ult and Silver ult, so then we lose that. Then we're on eco again. Then we win a round, then we get reset, and we just made things hard for ourselves getting ecoed, and just then we're against ult, and we just didn't play those rounds correctly. So I don't think we got a chance to actually show how good we are at Haven. I just don't think we got to play that map at all.
As a result of losing this match, obviously now you guys start having 2 losses in a row, starting off stage 2, continuation of just the rough stretch that you guys are in. Just sort of now walking through both matches in stage 2 overall, in an overall sense. I mean, what do you think's kind of been affecting the team in a negative way that prohibits you guys from playing the usual way that you guys have shown back in stage 1 in the regular season?
Well, first of all, I think we're having a little bit of a rough patch. Even in scrims, we're having a little bit of a rough patch, so we're trying to work through that. But I don't think G2 game was bad. I really don't. Yes, I think the third map, Ascent attack side, Lotus attack side, we should have won. We should have seen that game out. And we also should have won Ascent. Maybe should have 2-0'd that game. So the G2 game, I was actually happy with. I was angry with parts that we lost, but there was positives. This game, like I said, we just got outclassed. I I think we're having a bit of a rough patch, but I do think we played the two best teams in our side of the group. We have NRG next, and then we have Crew. We don't even need to win both. We just need one win out of those two, and it will hopefully kickstart the confidence. Because right now we're going on stage, we're not as confident as we was. We're not running around, like we're not laughing and joking. I think we're feeling a bit of the pressure, which I think is natural. We just have to learn to make that pressure and that nervous into adrenaline and embrace it. Just one win will change everything, I think.
Yeah, I want to just ask about how you feel the team has kind of been countering you guys in the sense that there was plenty of emphasis from like the broadcasters in C9's matches. I remember one moment in which I think it was Sideshow and Brenda was casting the G2 match, and it was sort of just how G2 was kind of countering you guys in the sense of just neutralizing Oxy, because of course Oxy is the guy for you guys with good reason. I just want to ask about how you felt the rest of the league has kind of been countering you guys, and just how you guys kind of been looking to adjust in how the other teams are countering you guys from stage 1 up until now.
I think in stage 1, the Latin American teams didn't really respect us. They would fight us and they would just lose. That is literally what happened. We would just win fights like Oxy would just. But now the American teams, like, they have respect for us. They know how good we are, and they do exactly what you say. They hide and they're not giving Oxy fights. And then Oxy's inexperience is, how do I now get those fights? And he thinks he has to swing harder to get the fights, when in fact we just have to breathe and exec and push them out of their spots as a team, which we're not doing very well right now. But I do think we did that well in the G2 game.
And it just kind of shows how much of a frustration, I would say, from just having to see how the team perform in that match to then translating over to this occasion. And I can sense the frustration. Such frustration is one that you guys have to work around and improve upon for the future. Piggybacking off of just how you talked about Oxy, just sort of how we kind of seen his way of just having to deal with how teams are adjusting to his play, from your point of view, and how difficult I feel it must be for him, because he is in his first year in Tier 1 and having to deal with these kinds of situations for the first time.
Sorry, what was the question exactly?
Yeah, how have you seen Oxy's just trying to adjust to the counter maneuvers that the opposing teams have been doing on him?
I think it's, he has to listen to us, but which he does a lot. I don't think it's necessarily on him. I think it's on us as a team to realize he can't do it all for us. We have to work together. And it's a bit of both. Like, we have to push players out of their spots and we have to execute correctly, but he also has to wait for us to do that and to work with us. Again, it's his rookie year, and he's performed extremely well, and he's still going to perform extremely well in these next 2 games and in playoffs. I'm pretty angry with how we performed today, but I'm still very confident in us.
Of all the things that you've been talking about with this team, be it within today and outside of today, what do you think is the one fact that you feel the team has to work on to then have that be the foundation for the team to then improve and just have a much better showing at the very least after today?
I would say it's working on the fundamentals when we go into practice, like realizing that we can't just walk over teams, because in practice most of the time we do that. Realizing we've got to get our fundamentals correctly, and also going on stage and playing the same. Because at the moment we're going on stage and we're a little bit nervous. I can hear it in their voices, like 3 rounds in. I'd say most my tactical pauses in split 2 have mostly been, we need to calm down, we need to play how we do in scrims, we need to relax, like we're not really doing anything wrong, we're just not there. And that shouldn't be what my tactical pauses are used for. But so far in these 2 games, that's what they've been used for a lot.
What do you feel has been costing the team's nerves to be so high?
I think it's just general pressure. One, we're playing against people we know and we have connections with. But I just think it's the pressure that we only need one game and then we make playoffs, you know, and then it just spirals from there. I don't know. I'm not them. I'm not in their shoes. I don't necessarily feel nervous when I'm going into the games as a coach, but I definitely did when I was a player. I definitely felt it when I was a player.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about whether it's because of just the fact that you guys need just like at least one win to qualify for playoffs. Because I feel, so many times this has kind of happened where a team needs only one more thing, but just because of various circumstances, it just doesn't happen. So I just kind of have to ask about whether it's just because of the position and the potential for reaching playoffs.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes it's hard for players to understand why they're nervous, but I think that's the reason. You see it multiple times with different teams, and then when they do get that win, they go on and they do well. Look at previous G2, especially G2. It just takes that one win to turn things around. We just have to we have to get back our confidence back, go on the stage and show what we can do, because we've seen we can do it. We can destroy teams. I see it every day when we play.
For sure, for sure. One more question, I'm gonna make it short. You mentioned a little bit also earlier. Next opponents, NRG crew. Your impressions on them, first and foremost, last of all.
NRG don't look great right now, but I think FNS has just only come back. He's getting used to it again. I think dropping Demon 1 was a mistake. Yeah, I think they look okay, but I think we should be taking them. I'd be disappointed if we lost to them. And then crew, only seen the one game with them, but they looked different from Split 1. I'm not too sure on them yet. I'd have to see them again next week.
We'll definitely be sure to see how they look in the future, but of course, most importantly, we'll see how C9 looks in the future. Immi, thank you so much for taking the time answering all of my questions for this interview. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Tough luck again on the loss. Hopefully you guys can bounce back, and of course, best of luck in the future.
All right, thank you very much.